Even among scholarship athletes, Kayla's one of the lucky ones. Full rides are usually reserved for athletes who play football or basketball, big sources of revenue for their schools. For students in other sports, they might find themselves getting a little less help than they would have liked. At $107 million, it's the most ambitious project in university history. But students and faculty both say it's worth it to bring the disciplines of the life sciences department together. Day programs like the one here at the Central New York Alzheimer's Association are godsends not only for Alzheimer's patients, but for their caregivers as well. Leon's son says that without the program, he wouldn't be able to keep his job, and he'd have a tough time keeping his father at home. Regal Cinemas doesn't release official statistics on how much money they take in from midnight movie premieres, but last night's showing of Twilight did bring them about $15,000 in ticket sales alone. Add in concession sales, and it makes for a very sweet bottom line for movie theaters. I'm Gellman-Chomsky, back to you in the studio.
I'll take them out and I'll actually train them in the field.
Neil Wakeman is trying to reach out and touch somebody for the Democratic Party.
Is Nancy here? Yeah. Hi Nancy, my name's Neil. I'm with the Democratic Coordinate Campaign.
He's a door-to-door canvasser in the Syracuse area for the state Democratic Party. Neil came to the job after interning with Democratic congressional candidate Dan Maffei.
Do you know who you're going to be voting for?
And while sometimes the job is tough,
some people just, they don't want to be bothered.
Neil thinks the payoff is worth the struggle.
You really kind of come to appreciate it.
Pounding the pavement as a canvasser is not a job for the faint of heart. In fact, Neil estimates that he hits about 160 to 170 houses on a good day. Canvassing director Keith Lombardi says that Neil has the right attitude for a hard job.
He's always smiling. He's always happy to be out there. He wants to talk to the people.
Sometimes, though, talking to the people isn't as easy as he'd like.
Some of the areas I've gone to, I know we've had the cops call on us before.
And although some people don't mind the doorbell ringing,
it shows that they're making an effort, it shows that they care.
Others are less happy about it.
It's usually an inconvenient time.
Thank you.
But Neil still enjoys pushing the message.
I really do like canvassing. I enjoy my work. I know, a lot of the candidates I'm talking about, and I really believe in them.
So he won't take a break until the 5th of November.
My name's Neil. I'm with the New York State Democratic Coordinate Campaign. Okay.
Ben Gellman-Chomsky, NCC News. Kayla Stroman's life revolves around basketball, and that's most evident in her bedroom.
This trophy is when I went to SU basketball camp when I was 5, and when I was in 5th grade, and I won the most valuable player for the 11-year-old division. This trophy is from this year. We went down to Mexico, and it was a close game, and I scored 19 points in the second half, and they gave me the MVP of the game. And that's the poster from senior night. The girls made it for me, so I decided to hang it up. I eat and sleep basketball, so why not think about it too?
And now that devotion has gotten her to Niagara University.
Being able to focus both on the basketball court and off the basketball court has allowed me to get a full scholarship to go to college.
She was like, "Mom, guess what? Guess what?" I said, "What? Look what I got in the mail." It was very exciting. I think we went out and celebrated that day.
The celebration was deserved for Kayla and her mother, Catherine Terry. The scholarship is a big boost in tough times.
Well, right now I work 2 jobs. I work 7 days a week. So money's tight. We would have definitely had to settle, probably for a 2-year community college, something like that, in order for her to be able to go, something I could afford.
I don't know if I would be able to go. I think get out a lot of financial aid without it.
Even among scholarship athletes, Kayla's one of the lucky ones. Full rides are usually reserved for athletes who play football or basketball, big sources of revenue for their schools. For students in other sports, they might find themselves getting a little less help than they would have liked.
If you're going to play lacrosse at Syracuse and you're a lacrosse player, they don't have those $50,000 scholarships. You're talking at lacrosse, maybe they'll get a tuition scholarship. Maybe some of those kids are on a partial scholarship.
Well, Klinsky's right about that. There's a big difference by sport. Basketball and football players average over $10,000 per year in aid, but lacrosse and track and field stars get thousands less.
The brass ring isn't quite as solid as the parents think.
And in tough economic times, whatever money does come in means more than ever.
With the economy the way it is, to be able to afford to send your child to school, it's just tough.
Parents are losing their jobs, so all of a sudden a financial situation that might have seemed comfortable all of a sudden changes dramatically.
Kayla's high school career at Christian Brothers Academy ended with a disappointing playoff loss. But for Kayla and others like her, the opportunities from sports present a new beginning.
I think it's a big opportunity. I don't think too many people get the chance to go to school and do something they love and get a free education.
It's a chance she'll be sure to make the most of. In Syracuse, Ben Gellman, NCC News. Here at the Leatherstocking Cluster Fall Dog Show, the handlers are understandably enthusiastic about dogs as pets.
There is an unconditional love with a dog. They absolutely adore to see you come home. They're your best friend.
They're pretty much like kids.
But they say that before you give a dog as a present this holiday season, you might want to think hard about whether you're ready for the responsibility.
You want to keep in mind, what kind of lifestyle do you have? Are you busy on the go all the time?
America's economic crisis is making things tougher. The American Humane Association estimates up to 2 million pets could be abandoned because families can't afford to care for them.
The type of things I can't understand are when people just mistreat or abuse a dog, and that's how it winds up in a shelter.
Animal shelters generally see a rise in abandonment soon after the holidays. Some families aren't ready for the responsibility of owning a pet, and the current financial crunch can make it worse.
When you're purchasing a dog, you have to remember that this is a commitment for the next 10 to 15 years of your life.
But the people here say that if you know what you're doing,
and really investigate the breed and what their needs are versus what your capabilities are as an owner,
then you can provide a loving home for man's best friend.
See what's involved in keeping that dog happy, healthy, stimulated, and not turning into a destructive, miserable Christmas gift.